All right, I ended the last segment by saying who no like better thing, but maybe I might be misunderstood. So let me say, success has many friends and few enemies. Well, ahead of the April 20 governorship elections, or primary, sorry, of the All Progressives Congress in Ondo State, ahead of the elections, that we hear that aspirants have intensified their visits to Abuja to seek the endorsement of President Bola Tinubu. They believe, many of these aspirants jostling for the ticket believe that his endorsement will help them emerge as the party's candidate ahead of the forthcoming presidential primary of the party, rather. And as the race heats up, it is on record that the party has, as we speak, the highest number of governorship aspirants of all the political parties contesting that election. 19 of them have registered with INEC for that election so far. No surprises. However, many aspirants believe that the presidential signature of approval will boost their candidacy. Who are they? Well, the frontline aspirants of whom you see on your screen, Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa. He's been through his own political battles unscathed. Former Commissioner for Finance, Mr. Wale Akinterinwa. A former member of the House of Representatives, Mr. Mayowa Akinfolarin. Former special advisor to late Governor Akeredolu on health, Professor Francis Faduyile, and the national vice chairman of the APC Southwest, Mr. Kekemeke. Among them also are the former governorship aspirant of the APC, Chief Olusola Oke, former chairman of the Ondo State Oil Producing Areas Development Commission, Mr. Gbenga Edema, and of course, I cannot forget the senator representing Ondo South Senatorial District, Jimoh Ibrahim, who posted his academic credentials all over the newspapers yesterday. And a retired Army officer, Brigadier General Olamide Ohunyeye, retired. Well, the chairman of the All Progressives Congress in Ondo State, Adetime, has been speaking, and he's dismissed fears that the party might implode at the end of that governorship primary. You know, it's not a new thing in Nigeria politics. But he's saying, yes, the build-up to the primary has been intensive, it's been heated ahead of the primary elections. The passions of people have been stirred, you know, in the party. He calls it passion. But he's urging stakeholders to prioritize, you know, the greater good of the party above individual interests and ambition. So let's look some more at this situation in Ondo State. We have joining us tonight, coming back for another conversation. I don't think we've had him since the unfortunate passing of the former governor, Rotimi Akeredolu. Henry Olonimoyo, political analyst, good evening to you. Thank you very much for your time.
Good evening, Nigerians.
All right. I started by saying success has many friends. You know, success has many friends and few enemies. With all these plethora of aspirants jostling for this seat, one wonders if they want to go there to make Ondo better or what. But I think I would like to believe that they all just want to make Ondo better. What are your thoughts on the heated nature of the build-up to the Ondo State primary? Do you see this as a sign that there are divisions and maybe, you know, cracks within the party ahead of the governorship primary on April 20?
Yes, thank you very much. You know, in the last 2 to 3 election cycles in Ondo State, I've always had APC and having kind of a fiesta when it comes to aspirants jostling for the #1 seat. We've always had cases where we have about 15 to 20 aspirants. So this year is not an exception. But what makes this year a very unique one is that we're in April now, and I can tell you that all the neutrals, we can't precisely say this is the person that is likely going to emerge. Like you have seen from all the political camps, everyone is saying that they are the driving seat. Everyone is saying they have the assent and the backing of the presidency. But you and I know we'll have the assent and the backing of the presidency, and only one person will emerge. So that makes this case, this particular one, a very, very interesting one.
Very interesting. You've come to the table with some facts. We know about the power of incumbency in politics in Nigeria. Aiyedatiwa went through his political, storm, and he weathered it, and he's the governor of Ondo State. The House of Assembly Speaker who was leading the charge to impeach him is now one of his #1 supporters, singing his praises everywhere. Politics in Nigeria, don't be your mate. Today we hear that a few days to the governorship primary, elders of the party, I don't know if they are all the others, known as APC, Ondo APC Aborigines, what a name, have thrown their weight behind the governor. I wonder why they're called Aborigines, but we understand what they mean anyway. Is the power of incumbency, do you think, in terms of Aiyedatiwa's candidate, is it strong in his favor to pull the weight of the election, the primary, sway his way, do you think?
Yes, thank you. That's what makes this particular primary a very unique one, because what we have been used to in the past was having somebody who was governor 4 years, who was trying to look for a return ticket, or somebody who is a governor 8 years, who is trying to bring in a successor. But what we have now is somebody who has just been governor for less than 6 months, who has had to battle it to even get to this point that he has gotten to. Contesting against people who feel that they're probably even ahead of him politically, contesting against people who feel that, who just feel that the governor is not worthy to lace their shoes politically, and just feel that by act of maybe divine favor is now the driving seat as governor. And so these people just feel that probably does not stand a chance with them politically. If you also look at the governor's political history, you'll know that except for the election he won as a running mate of the late governor of Ondo State, you see that he had lost his bid to get elected as an House of Reps member. These are the people who feel that with this antecedent of the incumbent governor, that they stand a chance against him. Now, but again, the power of a coup to joke with or take lightly in any scenario when we're talking of politics in the country. And that's why you're rightly saying the Speaker of Ondo House of Assembly appears to be on the side now. You have the Aborigines and the rest still on the side. But again, there are people who are still saying that this election will come down to who the presidency gives its approval to. Now, the question of who the presidency will support in these elections, this primaries is not something that I feel will be open. I feel that the president, as a leader of the party, national leader of the party, is a friend to all, is a father to all, and he would not want to make it so obvious that this is who is when the primaries kick in, or a few days or a day to the primaries, or when the primaries kick in, then it will be very clear who is the favorite of the president. But that's why it appears right now that it is open to any of the leading candidates, that any one of them will emerge. They feel that the incumbent governor has not had enough time to have the kind of grip he should have on the party. Like it has been the case, it was he had been at the saddle for the last 4 years. That's what makes this one a very dicey and interesting primaries to look out for.
Quite interesting. You've gone ahead to even answer my next question, but I want you to give us your take on the other frontline candidates or aspirants on the platform of the APC who will be putting their names, forward come April 20th, the party's governorship primary. Who are those who are standing out as having a good chance to wrest power or the leadership of the party from Aiyedatiwa?
Yes. I will not kid you here, kid Nigerians. There are very strong names also who are vying against the sitting governor. You have Akinterinwa, former Commissioner for Finance, who it doesn't look like he has shortage of funds to prosecute the kind of financial demands of these primaries and elections. He also has an history with Lagos also. And if you have an history, political history with Lagos, you know, he's been in the family, political family of the president of the country. So he is a very strong one, and he has also inherited part of the political family of the late governor. Yeah, also, and there are undertones, rumors that the loyalists, core loyalists of the late governor are rooting for him to emerge. Also, you have Olusola Oke, who was former Osupadec chairman, very strong man. But again, from the local government of the sitting governor, but he's a very strong man. He has been in the races for a while. One believes that he's also a very strong one to watch out for in the elections. So these two, except for maybe one or two others, but I think these are the very two strong contenders to look out for against the governor in the primaries.
Finally, Henry, what factors will determine this election? Particularly, we look at the dynamics of local government, senatorial district, political heritage in terms of those who belong to Akete's heritage, connection to the grassroots and all that. What factors will determine who emerges as the candidate of the APC? Briefly, please.
Yes. So let me quickly say that I hope that these primaries will not work out like the one that held in Ondo State, where 3 contained names were bandied as winners of primaries before there was a re-election. We don't want the crisis and so on. But the things that will stand out, the power of occupancy will still stand out. There are also room that, of course, it's believed, it's a non-fact now that the sitting governor can only spend 4 years in power, 4 years. And people from his side, in those South Central District are saying that they want somebody who is able to contest for 8 years. So it's very likely that his party will be looking at the possibility of getting the votes from that Southern Central District if the sitting governor is fielded as a candidate. Again, that can also be a plus for the sitting governor because the other central districts in Ondo State, the central and the north, we feel that in just 4 years constitutionally, so that the central district very quickly enough. That is one. Number two also is loyalty. Politics is loyalty. The presidency will feel who among these candidates can be most loyal to them would help the presidency also by 2027 when it is time for
all right. Henry, we have to go. Just in one sentence, who will emerge? In your opinion, who will emerge?
That is $1 million.
Henry, give me a name. Henry, give me a name.
I will not be tempted to give you a name because I'm a neutral in this case.
All right.
But again, I believe that incumbency, the power of incumbency.
All right.
I can't give you a name.
Henry Olonimoyo, choosing to be Humpty Dumpty today, sitting on the fence. But you said in a bit that the power of incumbency would have a big say. I think we can read into that. Henry Olonimoyo, political analyst in Ondo State, thank you very much for your time. It's good to have you with your sterling on the point analysis as always. Good to have you.
Thank you.
All right. We'll keep our eyes on the ball as far as Ondo State is concerned, and of course we'll be there on April 20. My name is Kofi Bartels. Many thanks for your time tonight. Please join us again tomorrow when we return with the latest conversations in Nigerian politics. Good night.